This is the closing market report for Monday on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. On the phone right now with Bill Moore of Price Futures Group as we wrap up another day in the ag marketplace. Bill, what have we seen going on with the grain and livestock markets today?
Well, I've got an interesting week ahead of us. It's a short week because we're off on Good Friday. Plus, tomorrow is a lot of things. It's the quarterly stocks and acreage report at 11 o'clock. It's also the last day of the month, last day of the quarter. So, plus the war going on, there's just a lot of balls in the air this week, a lot of volatility. Today, the market is, they're taking profits in the corn. It's down a nickel, but beans are up 3 and the wheat's up a couple. The big story today is bean oil. Bean oil off the energy help from the crude oil is crude's up today, about $3.5 to $4. That's helping the bean oil, which is helping the beans. So that's the story there. The report comes out tomorrow, and the last numbers I saw was 94.4 million acres in corn. Last year was 98.7. Beans, I saw an 85.4 number for tomorrow. Last year was 81.2. Wheat, 44.6. Last year, 45.3. So we'll see how those numbers come out. One thing to keep in mind about this report is these numbers are compilated, I think, the 1st of March on some surveys. And since then, a lot has changed. The war has raged since then. Input costs are up, and this could impact it. So it means the numbers may not be too accurate because maybe people backing off planting corn or beans because of the higher cost of fertilizer and gas. We really won't know the real accurate numbers till June. So that's something to keep in mind off these numbers that come out tomorrow. The war rages on. It's hard to call. It's kind of a two-sided every day. Trump says peace progress is underway. We're making headway. Iran says no, we're not meeting at all, and they keep bombing and missiles and drones. We send every a couple of days we send more troops over there, and maybe that's just a bargaining chip, a threat to get Iran to agree to peace terms. It's just hard to say, but the war, anybody's guess. Those Iranians aren't going to go down easy. We've seen that already. It's been some people thought it'd be a week or two, and it's already been over a month now. And even though we've inflicted a lot of damage on them, they're still sending missiles and drones out to areas. So that's something to keep in mind. Exports came out today at 10 o'clock. Inspections. Very good in corn, 1.789 million metric tons, a little over last week. Beans, 586,000, a little under last week, and corn, 364,000. The last thing would be the rain in the plains, which is not keeping the wheat down today. The wheat's up a couple. Russian exports are also up in March over February. But I think these markets are just kind of going to sideways trade from here till the report. Up a little, down a little, until those numbers come out at 11 o'clock, and we'll see what happens with them. Livestock-wise, got the cattle market last week had a big day. If you look at the chart of April cattle, they had the highest close for about 3 weeks, and they followed through today. The numbers just aren't there. Friday was a good example. The cattle was up, and with the Dow Jones down hard, and Argentina exports were up. So that's some good bullish divergence there. And the cattle market today looks like the highest close it's had for the whole month of March. The numbers just aren't there in the cattle. The slaughter, I saw that the slaughter was 90% of a year ago and the lowest since they've been keeping track since 1990. So we came in the year with tight supplies, the lowest cattle herd in 70-some years. And we continue with the lower slaughters. The demand is good. People like their burgers. They like their steaks. They continue to buy. We're in the best demand period of the year. And the cattle market is showing that with, again, the highest close for the month and within maybe $3 or $4 of the contract highs made in February. Hog market is not a positive situation. April hogs down a little bit today. Just the slaughter numbers are pretty heavy. Demand just isn't there for some reason for the pork, even though it's cheaper than the beef. And the market is the last 5 days is consolidated right off the lows of the month, and the lowest it's been since early January, well off the highs, about $6 off the highs. So not as benevolent a situation in hogs as the cattle, which is cattle, of course, is the upside leader.
All right, Bill, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch for more marketing information and check out your newsletter, how can they do that?
630-947-5176, wmore@pricegroup.com. Check out my newsletter, Agmaster, or www.pricegroup.com, the company website. Look at the bios of Jack Scoville and myself. We've both been there a long time. We'd love to help you out.
That again was Bill Moore of Price Futures Group. We'll look at the numbers next.
In rural Iowa, you need reliable information. The Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network brings you ag-specific content like market trends, weather outlooks, and policy updates that matter to your operation, while your local station brings you community news and consistent updates on what is happening in your area. It's a partnership built for the challenges of rural life. Your farm, your local station, and your friends at the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. Find us online at iowaagnet.com.
At the close, May corn down 6 1/4 at 4.55 3/4. May soybeans up half a cent at 11.59 3/4. May soybean meal down 40 cents at 3.1490. May soybean oil up $1.06 at 68.47. Chicago wheat up 2 even at 6.07 even. Kansas City hard red winter wheat down 6 1/2 at 6.26 1/4. Minneapolis spring wheat up 3 3/4 at 6.52 even. May oats up 9 1/2 at 3.51 even. On the Merc, April live cattle up $1.05 at 239.55. April feeders up $1.85 at 363.30. April lean hogs down 30 cents at 90.47. Pork cutout down 4.50 at 98.90. And April Class 3 milk up 6 cents at 17.28. That's been a check of the closing market prices. Thanks again to Bill Moore of Price Futures Group for joining us today here on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. I'm Riley Smith.